we're going to be comparing AppGyver to Clutch.io. And you'll learn the following 3 things. Number 1, the pricing. Number 2, key features. And number 3, the design and onboarding. And at the end, I'm going to tell you which platform I would choose. First up, what is AppGyver? AppGyver is a platform where you can create professional no-code apps, and you can have this for desktop, browser, TV, or mobile apps. You can do a lot with AppGyver. What is Clutch.io? Clutch is a platform where you can be going from prototype to production really quickly. And the way that they create this platform, it's very beautiful to put all this together, and it's very smooth as you're working through this platform. There is something to note. Clutch is very new. They actually just released their beta invites. So if you're interested, go to Clutch.io to sign up today. Let's look at the pricing of the 2 platforms. With AppGyver, it is free. As long as you're not making $10 million, you can use this platform and you can use the Composer Pro 3.0 for free. You can use the entire platform, all of its features for free. With Clutch, you can start for free. You can build real products and components with real-time collaboration, unlimited private and public projects, all for free. The Pro account for $35 a month, you can have unlimited private projects. So if you're looking to publish a lot of private projects, then it would be moving up to $35 a month. If you want unlimited amount of public projects, you can stay in the free category. If you're trying to go private, that's going to be $35. It's very similar to one of the features as you're going up with Glide apps as well. If you're doing different things and you want private apps or different details or other things, features in the platform, Glide apps, you have to go into private app. The same thing with Pro here, it's $35 a month. When we go down to the detail sections of Clutch, the free plan also has a couple other limitations. For example, for Pro, we can look at professional services, billing, and single sign-on. So SSO is enabled when you're using Pro. Another feature that's interesting, on the Pro account, you can import from Figma, and that's coming soon. If I'm looking to establish a brand and I want my own custom domain or a SSL support, that is also included in Pro and not the free plan for Clutch.io right now. If we're looking at who wins on pricing, AppGyver is free up to $10 million. So there's that. But if we're looking at different features, keep this in mind. Like Clutch is talking about, in the future, they're going to be having a feature where you can import Figma. That's a huge thing right there. Can you do that in AppGyver? Not right now. You can use AppGyver as a guide and then recreate it in AppGyver. So you can create the look and feel in Figma and then bring it into AppGyver. You can import it coming up with Clutch. So if there's something, if your team is working in Figma or you're doing that, and what do you value in your time, in your workflow? Maybe that is worth $35 or more per month to make sure that you can move faster. So consider which one would be worth it with pricing. But if I'm starting out and I have no money, AppGyver is free up to $10 million of revenue. Let's take a look at the design and onboarding. With AppGyver, once you sign up for an account and you go in, you can create a project. I can say create new. And here I can just name the project beta test 3. I can pick a theme. I'm going to go with this being a blank app and just the default theme and create. Once I'm in the editor for AppGyver, now I can move from left to right. I have my basic components and everything on my left-hand side. I can see my display of what my app or whatever my display is going to be in the middle. And then I have my properties and styles on the right-hand side. So when I'm adding different components, I can add image, I can drag it over, and I can now have a drag and drop over here. Once I have the image, I can then either change the source or I can change the style of the image of whatever I need to do. Again, the workflow is pretty progressive through AppGyver. It's starting, I build it from left to right as what I'm trying to do. I'm building the basics first, and then I'm going to go into the more detailed version on the properties and styles on the right-hand side. When I want to have logic or action, I can just click the item or click the component that I'm looking for, and then here I can get a selection of different logic based on what's happening. For example, this is what happens when someone clicks this component. I can then now build out what I want to happen just visually by just adding a component, and then I can now tie it together. And then when they're doing a certain action or when they're clicking this, now I can create logic of what's going to happen in the app. Now, one of the drawbacks of AppGyver, if I'm looking at this, I like the progression or the workflow, but keep in mind the templates or the different components are pretty basic. So when I'm creating this, I'm really going to have to, work harder to build some of these things. When I sign into Clutch, what I like about this is, number one, they're giving me the essentials in 30 minutes to allow me to understand how to use this. And then I have starter kits as well. So I can have 2 different ones to start right now to really understand and to use the platform. I would keep in mind, there were 2 things that I really liked about this. Again, they're very new and they're just getting started. They're just coming into beta. I like their on-demand webinars, and specifically, I like the one with the social media app, and it teaches you how to get started with Xano. So remember, Clutch is going to be the front end. What am I going to do with that data? How is it going to be powered? Xano is going to be used as my back end. And I liked the webinar where it's teaching you, okay, you can use a lot of the things found in the Xano marketplace to use the backend. This is how I would now use it for Clutch. So if you're trying to figure out or see what you would like to do, check out those webinars as well. There's a lot of cool details and nuances to get started with Clutch. Back to Clutch when you're getting started. Right here, I can be taken to the essentials. I can have starter kits. Let's just say get started. When I'm getting started right here, it mentions this is a public project. Duplicate this project to your account to keep your changes. Okay, that's good to know. It's loading the project files. Now, as you're getting started with Clutch, there's a couple of things to note. When you're looking at this and when I'm having the canvas right here, there's something to note that when I first saw it, the canvas is larger, and sometimes it can be just a little bit off-putting what's happening. So just keep in mind, because we're using different components and it's going to be visual, I would see this more like Photoshop or something where it has layers and things like that. So just realize the canvas, as I'm going around, there's going to be a lot of different things I'm going to have to consider. The other thing is, what I like about this first section is it's an interactive guide to start working with this. So it's going to ask you to do certain things to get started. Now I'm going to duplicate this because remember, this is public. I'm going to bring this into my account. So I'm going to duplicate. It's taking a second to load. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so right here, it's having me go through the introduction. And so what I would say is right here, what I like about this is it's allowing me to really engage with it, with the platform, and start working. I'd probably go into the videos and watch them first. But again, I think this is really smart to get used to moving things and getting around the canvas. But again, you're going to be taken through this kind of progression to get started with Clutch. We're going to do more videos with Clutch if people want to see the builder and see what it's like. But I would first check out the webinar to see different components and the full spectrum of what you could be doing with Clutch. And again, it's pretty new, but they have a lot of potential. It's interesting what they're trying to do. So we're going to be keeping an eye, and we're going to be building more videos in the future if people want to see more of what Clutch can do. We just compared a few things with AppGyver and Clutch. Which one would I use to get started? If I was trying to create a platform right now, I would probably go with Clutch. And the reason I would go with this is I like the UI experience and the different components and where they're going to be going with this. If I had no money and I need to have the most robust platform and the most runway to get started, I would definitely use AppGyver. But the problem with AppGyver is the limited amount of components that I can bring into AppGyver at the moment. So the templates are limited, but Clutch is already looking at importing Figma or being able to have that integration in the future. That saves loads of time. So that's something that I'm really interested in. Also, too, the way that they're working with Xano and really having that kind of database, that's intriguing. And the database to set that up, Xano already has all of these other databases that are already pre-made for me that then I can bring into Clutch.io. That is something I'd be interested in, because if I'm trying to create a database in AppGyver, I do have to do that from scratch. Now, again, this depends on how fast you want to move, what you're looking for, and all of those things. If I'm trying to build out an entire business, I need to bootstrap, I have no available funds. Okay, AppGyver, they already have the database. I can do all those things for free. But if I'm looking for speed, I'm looking for very specific elements, and to make this look modern, and I want to be able to move quickly, I would be going with Clutch.io at this time. Let me know in the comment section, what would you be doing? What are you doing right now? Where are you? Are you trying to build an MVP? You're just trying to decide which platform to commit to. There's so many things in no code. Let me know where you are. If you like videos like this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We do this every single week. I'll see you in the next video.